Hey guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Matches are going to be coming thick and fast, and our focus next up is against Liverpool. So it's timely to talk about this particular match. Obviously, the press conference just happened less than 12 hours ago, and we're really now building up to this particular match between Chelsea and Liverpool. So before I get into all of that, guys, please smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And yeah, let's have a good discussion at the end of this video. So guys, first topic that I want to talk about this particular build up to this match is the whole, I suppose there's a rivalry that's brewing between Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp. We saw this sort of take place at the end of last season. At the beginning, I think last season, there was a lot of, I suppose friendliness between the two managers. But at the end of last season, when things got a little bit, closer in terms of top four race, obviously Liverpool had already won, but it was much more crunch time for Chelsea. Things got a little bit more serious between the two, especially when we met them right at the end. When I think we only needed a draw to get through and make sure that we've qualified for top four. But we ended up losing it. There was a bit of a touchline issue between Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp and his backroom staff. And obviously we got a lot of media time off the back of that. Frank was really irate, and Jurgen Klopp was, I suppose, trying to say he didn't know what was going on, why Frank was mad, and so on and so forth. And then, of course, this season, we've already started to see Jurgen Klopp taking some digs at Chelsea and how we are run as a club, how we've bought so many players in this transfer window and how they don't do that. They're not capable of doing that, and they're not led like that. And it sparked a lot more, I suppose, anger in Chelsea's fan base, rightly so, because we've not bought anyone for the past two transfer windows. We were bound to buy a lot of players in this particular window because we needed to. We needed to buy all these players to compete. This wasn't luxury purchases. We've lost so many players in the likes of Hazard. Morata left as our forward, and David Luiz, so many other players that we needed to replace, William Pedro as well. So this purchase was bound to happen, but nonetheless, Jurgen Klopp came out and he said what he had to say, and obviously brushed Frank in a different way. And he's mentioned post that, saying that he doesn't understand why Jurgen Klopp said that, because Liverpool themselves have spent a lot, in terms of they've sold Coutinho during Jurgen Klopp's time, and they bought Van Dijk with that. They bought Salah, Mane, Alisson. So they've spent quite a bit. And this window already, which I'll get to, Thiago Alcantara has signed for Liverpool, and now they're going for Jota from Wolves. So this rivalry is truly brewing, and I love it. Honestly, we can't allow Liverpool just to run away in the league. I think there needs to be a fight. There needs to be a new rivalry, and I feel Chelsea is getting there and to ruffle their feathers a little bit. So guys, I love it. I hope we win this particular fixture and really put one against them, and hope this rivalry continues and becomes something really, really big in this particular Lampard-Klopp era. Now, moving on to the, continuing on this with this theme of rivalry, we have Timo Werner. Timo Werner, who was, undoubtedly throughout this year, early on this year, he was touted to go to Liverpool, and right at the end, he changed his mind, got convinced by Frank Lampard and the project, and absolutely liked what Frank had to say in terms of what he's going to do in this team, how he's going to play, and he ended up signing for us. We paid the release clause, and Liverpool just simply couldn't, put that money to buy him. They wanted to wait for him next season. So that's another twist in this plan where Timo Werner, who really admired Klopp and Liverpool, ended up joining us. So that's another piece to this rivalry where it will be interesting to see, and I honestly hope Timo scores and puts one, celebrates right in front of Klopp. That would be so good to see. It'd be great media, to be honest. That will blow up all the newspapers. So that's another thing to watch out for, the way Timo performs. Obviously, we've already seen how impactful he is against Brighton, and what a machine he is in terms of pace and his movement. So I'm hoping that he can create a lot of havoc in the back line against Liverpool. So that's a little bit about the whole rivalry piece. Now let's talk about Thiago Alcantara. Really, really big news in terms of transfer news for Liverpool. I don't think I suppose in terms of the player being available for Liverpool in this match, legally I suppose he is, but I don't think he's going to play. But I mean, at the end of the day, still, this is a fantastic signing for Liverpool. I think Liverpool, for the past couple of seasons at least, especially when Trent Alexander-Arnold started to feature a lot more and Robertson obviously came into the team, they started to focus their play more from the wings. So basically those two guys were more of a playmaker, and then you have the front three that pretty much finishes the thing off. Their midfield is really just the workhorse. So this purchase of Thiago Alcantara is a sign of change of style, I feel, for Liverpool. And it's another sign that they're evolving. They want to go to the next phase. They want to build a legacy, and they don't want to just sit on their laurels and just play the same way. So Thiago Alcantara is a fantastic purchase for them, to be honest. And I wish we'd got him. Someone like Jorginho, who doesn't fit our style at the moment, and Frank, you can see how lack of time he's given Jorginho off the back of last season. Yes, he did start last game, but I don't think he's going to start, and I'll get to that later on in terms of the formation lineup. So someone like Jorginho, if we'd been able to get rid of him and get someone like Thiago Alcantara, wow, that would have been so good. But nonetheless, that's a big signing for Liverpool, and I just needed to note that that's really going to transform them down the track in this season. He may not play against us, which is a good thing. He played against us against Bayern Munich, and honestly, he ripped us apart. So the quality is there. Now, let's talk about the whole formation, lineup, what is expected from us, how can we combat this match. So first of all, guys, injury-wise, Ziyech, Pulisic, Chilwell, they're out. So, we're doing it tough as it is. I think those three players immensely improve us. They're already out. There's talks that Ziyech will be back in the next game against West Brom. Hopefully he is. I cannot wait for him to be back. And Chilwell as well. We need someone in the left back, this proper left back, to combat some of these games. And Pulisic, the electricity he's going to add along with Timo Werner is going to be mind-blowing. So I can't wait for these guys to be back. There's a lot of talk about, fan base being upset about the Chelsea's in-house doctors, but honestly, you can't really blame them for this. Ziyech got injured in the friendly. Can't really do much about that. Chilwell already had an injury prior to coming to Chelsea, and Pulisic as well got injured last season. So I don't know what the doctors in Chelsea could do anymore besides the fact they can just try and rehabilitate them. So anyway, that's a bit about the injury front. The way I would start, and I think, look, Mason Mount is such a key player for Frank Lampard. Whether we like it or not is a different story. For me, he's going to have to start. So if that's the case, I don't want to play the back five. You've been talking about the back, playing the three centre backs and the wing backs. We got thumped by them last season at the end of them. At the end, I think it was 4-3. I don't think that's a good formation to play combat against Liverpool. So the way I would play, actually something different. I would play the 4-4-2 diamond, and I'll share why. So the way I would set that up is in the right side of the back. So first of all, probably Kepa in keeping. I would actually prefer Caballero, but I don't see how Caballero plays. Kepa really worries me, but look, whatever. I mean, I could go with Caballero, but I think Kepa might start. Reece James on the right, you can't drop him after that excellent game. Then you've got Andres Christensen and Zuma. You keep that consistency because of that good game against Brighton. And on the left side, instead of Alonso, I'd actually have Azpilicueta because I want a bit more defensive awareness against Salah. In that diamond, the base of the diamond, I would actually have Kante. On the right side, I'd have Kovacic. And on the left side, I would actually have Mason Mount. So Kovacic would be a lot more closer to Kante, so that defensively we're solid, and playing out from the back we're far more capable. And Mason Mount sort of helping more to the left side of things and connecting with the forward pack, which I'll get to now. And the top of the diamond would be Kai Havertz, and I'd allow him to basically drift anywhere in that front area. He loves that freedom, so I'd allow him that, and his connection with the midfield would be crucial as well, and that would allow someone like Reece James to bomb up from the right to basically give that width. And up front, the two would be Timo Werner and Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud, because of the link-up play, that's another, you know, if you want to go long, there's a targetsman up front, and that'd be perfect with Olivier Giroud. And Timo Werner would be another player that would be allowed the freedom. Basically, you have Timo Werner and Kai Havertz pretty much just running havoc wherever they want to, whether it's left side, right side, in the middle, drop deep. They can do whatever they want because, especially Timo Werner with his pace, and how electric he is, he's capable of doing that, you know, dropping deep out of position and then basically going back to position where he needs to be. And I think getting those two to have that freedom would get the best out of this particular in this particular match and this formation and lineup. So that would be my lineup and formation to combat Liverpool, and those areas, you know, in terms of Reece and Azpilicueta, and a little bit more midfield awareness would be able to combat, you know, Liverpool's front three and their fullbacks, I suppose. So look, guys, that's my formation lineup and what I'm predicting it is at Stamford Bridge. I'm hoping we get a win. Honestly, a win would mean so much, you know, at most a draw, but I'm actually gunning for a win. I'm hoping for a 2-1 victory here, and you know, getting one up against Jurgen Klopp. That'd be so perfect for our players, perfect for Frank, perfect for Timo Werner, and it really sets up our season perfectly. So guys, that's my thoughts about the whole match. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know how you feel about the rivalry, Timo Werner's case, Thiago Alcantara, our lineup, formation, prediction, and let's have a friendly discussion, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see ya.